Okay, good afternoon, Miss.
Sir.
Yeah, today we are going to do the evaluation for GIS2. We'll take from this LP this week. So we start from math. Here we have the question of math homework. Okay, we can start from the question number one.
Okay, if fractions have the same denominator, this is math, yeah. If fractions have the same denominator, add or subtract the numerators. Dividing a number by 0.1 is the same as multiplying it by 10. Use estimation to check if your answers are reasonable. In percentage, a quantity can increase or decrease in value. Multiplying by 10 is the same as shifting the decimal point one place to the right. All measurements are approximations. Basic operation with number is called as arithmetic. So number 8. So, okay. Blank 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 is guessing a number value with exact calculation. It is estimate. The top number in a fraction is numerator. The bottom number in a fraction is called denominator. How would you solve 16 times 0.05? So it is like 16 times 5 times 0.01. So we will get the answer like 0.8.
Okay, next.
What does 5 over 6 approximate to? It is 7 because if we round this number, it will be closer to 7 than 6. So the answer is 7.
Okay, next question.
A shopkeeper, I miss first. A shopkeeper sold 9 bottles of orange juice at $4.20. The customer gave him 40. How much the cost of 9 bottles of the orange juice? Okay, so how much the cost of 9 bottles? So 9 times 4.20. So this one the first we need to do. So 4 9. So 37.80, yeah. That's right. 7. And then how much change did the shopkeeper return? So after this, wait, can you make it smaller, sir?
Oh, yeah.
The shopkeeper sold 9 bottles of oranges at 4.20 each. The customer gave him 40. So we minus them.
Yeah.
So 40 minus 38.80. So this is 2, and then this is 2. Okay, so we minus uh, 40 minus 37.80. So it is 2.2.
Yeah, 2.2.
And then how much change? Oh yeah, already
Yeah,
answer, yeah.
that is the answer.
Okay, okay.
Question number 4.
Evaluate the number 322.5 times 0.01. So we move 2 points to the left. So it is 3.225.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Ava's electricity bills rises from $120 to $135. Find the percentage increase in Ava's electricity bills. So to find out this, we need to subtract first. So 135 minus 120, it will be wait, 15. 15 per 120 times 100%. So divided by 100%, it will be 12.5%.
12.5, 144.
Yeah, 12.5%.
Yeah, 12.5. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Okay. Ya, now we go to IPA. Oke, Miss, kita mulai dari soal nomor 1.
Epiglottis menutup saluran pernapasan saat menelan. Ya benar. Asam klorida membunuh kuman di lambung. Benar. Getah empedu berfungsi mencerna lemak. Salah, karena getah empedu berfungsi untuk mengemulsi lemak, bukan mencerna. Getah pankreas mengandung enzim apilase dan lipase, ya benar. Usus halus disebut juga dengan kolon, salah, karena usus halus itu disebut juga dengan intestinum, sedangkan kolon itu adalah usus besar. Disebut apakah kantung di bagian atas lambung itu adalah fundus. Pylorus disebut juga dengan pintu keluar lambung atau katup. Apa yang dimaksud dengan villi? Villi adalah tonjolan kecil di usus halus. Disebut apakah makanan setengah cair di lambung? Disebut kimus. Apakah bagian teratas lambung yang berbatasan dengan kerongkongan kardiak? Mengapa bakteri Escherichia coli penting dalam usus besar? Karena bakteri ini membantu pembusukan, membantu pembentukan feses, dan juga membentuk vitamin K dan vitamin B kompleks. Mengapa ludah berperan dalam pencernaan kimiawi? Karena ludah mengandung enzim ptialin atau enzim amilase yang membantu mencerna makanan dalam tubuh. Jadi ludah ini mengandung enzim ptialin dan enzim amilase.
Okay.
Bagaimana gigi manusia beradaptasi untuk fungsi yang berbeda? Jadi gigi kita itu terdiri dari 32 biji buah lah gitu ya kan. Jadi gigi depan ini merupakan gigi seri. Gigi seri ada 8 atas dan bawah. Gigi seri ini berfungsi memotong makanan. Yang kedua kemudian dia gigi taring. Jadi gigi taring ada 4, 2 di atas 2 di bawah. Ini berfungsi untuk merobek atau mencabik makanan. Kemudian ada gigi geraham depan 3 jadi 6, 2 bawah 2 atas. Ini sama fungsinya dengan gigi geraham belakang juga. Ada 6 gigi geraham belakang berfungsi untuk menggiling atau melumatkan makanan. Gitu. Jadi ada 32. Next. Mengapa lidah penting dalam proses pencernaan? Karena lidah membantu mencampur makanan dengan saliva ketika kita mengunyah. Mengapa manusia memiliki kelenjar ludah di 3 lokasi berbeda? Untuk memastikan produksi saliva itu cukup dalam membasahi makanan ketika kita makan agar mudah dicerna atau ditelan.
Okay, I see. Now we move to science. Here we have the question of science. We can start from the question number 1.
An adult human has about 5 liters of blood in their body. True. Plasma is mostly made of water and transport hormones. Yeah, true. Red blood cells live for only 4 days. It is false because red blood cells can live for 4 months, not days. Hemoglobin in red blood cells carries oxygen to cells. True. Plasma stays inside blood vessels and never leaks out. Is false because plasma leaks out the capillaries to fill space between cells and blood. Tiny blood cells that help stop bleeding from injury is tiny blood cells that help stop bleeding from injury. Professor, tiny blood cells. Wait, Professor. Give me time.
Yeah, sure.
Tiny blood cells that platelets. Yeah, platelets, or in bahasa thrombocyte. Number 2, blank 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 is the process of blood turning from liquid to gel. Clothing. A plant used to make cigarette is called tobacco.
Yeah.
Blank 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 is a whistling sound when breathing. It is wheezing. Blank 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 is made up of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. It is the blood circulatory system.
Okay. Next.
Number 1. How does white blood cells protect us? So the white blood cells protect us by, by destroying or attacking the germs that cause diseases. How does the human respiratory system work? So the human respiratory system enables gas exchange between our body and the surroundings. That is made up of our nose, trachea, bronchi, lungs, bronchioles, alveoli, and diaphragm. Why is the heart's pumping action important? Because we need oxygen, where the heart pumps the oxygen and digestive food to the cells. Wait first, sir. Digestive food to cells. First. Between blood and the cells. So wait first. Why is the heart pumping action important? Because we need oxygen where the heart pumps blood. Where the heart pumps oxygen and the digest food to the cells. Yeah, I think that's enough the answer.
Yeah.
Pumps, yeah. Pumps
The
oxygen.
main function of the heart is to transport the blood, right? The blood
Yeah.
is full of oxygen.
Yeah. Transfer, yeah.
And another way is deliver oxygen. He need to take the waste just like carbon dioxide.
Yeah. He need to, yeah.
Remove that one. Okay, question number 4.
Yeah, or remove the waste like carbon dioxide. How do capillaries help in gas exchange? Capillaries have thin walls that allows oxygen. Capillaries have thin walls that allows oxygen, nutrients, and carbon dioxide. Wait first. How do capillaries help in gas exchange? The capillaries have thin walls that allows oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, and nutrients to pass the cells, uh, in gas exchange to pass the cells. Wait first, waiting time.
Yeah, sure.
How do capillaries help in gas exchange? So the capillaries have thin walls that allows oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nutrients to pass the cells. To pass the cells, yeah.
Yeah,
And
to
with that.
pass the cells, and one more thing actually.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Why do organ system need to work together? Why do organ system need to work together? Because the system like respiratory, circulatory, and the digestive depend on each other. So an example like our heart needs oxygen from the lungs, and the cells need nutrients from the digestive system.
Okay. Okay, Miss. Now we move to book. Yeah, I will open this book first. And could you explain? Since the next week is about the science project of the no, not the science project, the math project, right?
Oh,
This
the
week.
project.
So
Okay.
please explain what is the.
So this week I have prepared the PowerPoint that they need to present later. It is about the fraction. How they will explain about fractions, decimals, and one more percentage because we have learned three of them. So they will work in a group, and then they will take part also to explain about the which one is which student who student will which students will explain about the fraction, which student explain about the percentage, and which student explain about the decimals. So they will present the PPT, sir. I have prepared for
Yeah.
them.
So they do this one into the group.
Yeah, into groups. And then before that, I will give some CP questions. So the CP questions like what are decimals? So an example like the decimals are the numbers that consist of whole and fractional parts, like that one. And then another one also, what does 5/6 approximate to? So it is 7 because it is closer to 7 than 6. So another question also, um, so I will give them like number. For example, why does number 3 important is 0.333, like for example like that. Yeah. So because this one we we don't say that this is important or this is not significant figures. Yeah. So the significant figures will be starting from 3 to like that one. So another question also. So what is significant figures? Significant figures means having meaning or important, like that one. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, when we talk about these significant figures, so what is the function of these significant figures actually? This one, should we need to learn about these significant figures?
Yeah, to know that we learn about significant figures because we need to know that, for example, like the numbers between if there is a decimal numbers, like for example, like 0 point, like this one, so we know that the significant figures is started from 3 this one, because if the 0 point here, the decimal point here, like the 0, is not significant figures. So the students know that this one is not significant figures, but the significant figures is after the 0 point, like that one, sir.
Okay, yeah. Now for science, here we have and from 48 until 57. It's about
The blood circulatory system,
include this one, right?
huh?
This one effect of smoking.
Also includes from the first I will explain about the blood circulatory system to them. After that, the bad effect of smoking.
Okay, could you explain about how this is kind of activity, smoking, can harm our body, especially in the. Actually, this one will
Sir,
have
you
the.
haven't.
Oh yeah, this one we have the topic about effects of smoking. That. So how is the process of smoke can harm our body, especially in the respiratory system?
Yeah, because how to say that the cigarette contains of nicotine that we know as a tobacco. So this tobacco is a plant that is used to, how to say that, a plant that is used to make a cigarette, sir. So it contains this tobacco contains of nicotine and tar that is not good for our body. Uh, and then beside of them, can you this one, sir? Beside of them, there are many parts that makes our body, how to say that can damage our body or make us unhealthy. So an example like this irritants, sir, up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this irritants also, this is the substance in the cigarette that make us feeling ill or sick, and then this also can cause a cancer. Irritants. Beside the nicotine, there is irritants, and then the carbon monoxide also we can find in the cigarette that make us how to say that, can get a cancer, and then can damage our body parts also, sir.
Okay, I see.
So I will explain to them how to prevent. Yeah,
How to prevent?
yeah. So I will explain to them also how to prevent the effect of smoking. The first that you need to stay away from a people that are smoking. For an example, because a passive smoker is getting a worse effect than the active smoker, sir. So an example, like there are two people. An example that people there are two people, for example, A and B. So A is active smoker and B is passive smoker. Even though active smoker is the one who smoke, but the passive smoker will can get the worst impact of the smoke than the active smoker. So the first thing that they need to do is stay away from the person or the people that are smoker, and then of course they mustn't touch the cigarette or they don't need to smoke like that, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Now we move to the books. We move to summary point. Here we have, since format there is no summary point, right?
Yeah.
Because the project.
Gitu, Pak.
Oke, kita di sini punya beberapa
Yeah.
hal tentang pencernaan kimia, pencernaan makanan secara mekanik dan kimiawi. Bisa dijelaskan ini, Miss? Ini pencernaan makanan secara mekanik ini bagaimana dan di mana terjadinya? Begitu juga dengan kimiawi.
Oke, jadi ini topik kita tentang sistem pencernaan di halaman 53 sampai 60. Jadi pencernaan makanan kita itu terbagi atas dua. Jadi pencernaan makanan kita itu ada yang kimiawi, ada yang mekanik. Nah, kalau mekanik itu adalah pencernaan di mana terjadinya proses di dalam mulut kita. Jadi gigi di dalam mulut kita itu berfungsi untuk melumatkan makanan. Nah, itu dinamakan pencernaan secara mekanik. Sedangkan dia kalau pencernaan secara kimiawi, memang sudah kita mulai dari mulut. Karena apa? Karena di dalam mulut kita itu sudah terdapat enzim yang membantu proses pencernaan. Jadi kalau pencernaan kimiawi ini, di mana dia pencernaan yang sudah melibatkan enzim. Makanya dia dikatakan pencernaan kimiawi gitu. Sistem pencernaan juga ada dua, yaitu saluran pencernaan dan kelenjar pencernaan. Organ pencernaan utama kita itu ada mulut, kerongkongan, lambung, usus halus, usus besar, dan berakhir di anus. Jadi kebanyakan dari murid-murid sebenarnya bertanya gitu, apakah anus termasuk dalam organ pencernaan utama? Iya, termasuk dalam organ pencernaan. Jadi organ pencernaan kita itu kita mulai dari mulut, sir. Kemudian mulut mengunyah makanan dan makanan akan ditransfer ke kerongkongan, ya. Jadi sebenarnya kerongkongan kita itu sebenarnya ada dua, satu yang sistem pernapasan, ya, satu yang untuk pencernaan. Jadi di dalam kerongkongan kita ini ada namanya apa namanya itu ya? Ya, dua saluran maksud saya, dua saluran. Jadi kalau dia salah masuk, misalnya makanan yang kita cerna itu masuk ke saluran pernapasan, itu akan membuat kita batuk atau merasa perih gitu ya. Kemudian setelah masuk ke dalam kerongkongan, kemudian makanan itu ditransfer ke lambung. Setelah itu akan dihaluskan di usus halus. Jadi untuk membantu makanan itu bisa sampai ke usus halus, kita bisa bantu dengan cairan seperti air minum, misalnya seperti itu. Di samping itu juga menghindari yang namanya pemicu usus buntu, so. Karena kalau usus halus kita ini macet lah istilahnya, akan terjadi pembengkakan bahkan bernanah dia sehingga menyebabkan usus buntu gitu. Setelah itu makanan akan ditransfer ke usus besar. Nah, disinilah makanan-makanan yang seperti bukan makanan yang sudah dinutris, maksudnya makanan seperti yang pasti katanya yang sudah mau ditransfer ke feses atau ke kotoran di usus besar ditampung dulu, sir, sebelum dimasukkan ke rektum dan setelah itu ke anus gitu. Oke, proses pencernaan dalam tubuh dibantu oleh organ pencernaan tambahan seperti hati, kantung empedu dan pankreas. Iya benar. Jadi ketiga-tiga ini berperan dalam proses pencernaan. Seperti misalnya pankreas ini membantu memproduksi enzim. Jadi kalau misalnya tidak ada pankreas, kita tidak bisa mencerna makanan karena salah satu yang paling berperan dalam proses pencernaan inilah enzim, begitu.
Ini untuk yang dua lagi, hati sama kantung empedu, bagaimana mereka berperan dalam proses pencernaan makanan?
Hati dan kantung empedu.
Di sini tadi kita sudah membahas tentang organ pencernaan utama, mulut, kerongkongan. Kita ada namanya katup epiglotis yang memisahkan antara kerongkongan dan tenggorokan kan.
Iya.
Terus yang ini pankreas, ya pankreas yang berfungsi untuk membantu menghasilkan enzim yang berperan pada proses kimiawi. Kemudian di sini ada kita punya hati dan kantung empedu.
Lupa saya, hati dan kantung empedu lupa.
Hati ini salah satu organ ekspresi seperti ini. Oke.
Yang saya ingat kalau hati ini seperti membantu proses ekspresi.
Iya, dia membantu proses ekspresi.
Iya.
Dan kantung empedu salah satu penghasil enzim juga seperti itu. Oke. Ya,
Kantung empedu ini seperti apa, sih? Bukan. Kalau kantung empedu ini makanan itu masih belum dicerna, jadi seperti menampung dulu makanan tersebut gitu.
Oh, ini kan
sebelum dibantu oleh enzim yang dihasilkan oleh pankreas begitu.
Berarti ini kantong empedu setelah lambung berarti. Sebelum menuju ke usus halus ya.
Iya. Jadi makanan itu yang kita makan itu nggak langsung dicerna gitu, karena kan harus dihasilkan dulu enzim gitu. Jadi ditampung dulu dia makanannya.
Oh ya, oke. Okay, now we can move to summary point now. Vocabulary list. Now we move to vocabularies. Kita mulai dari IPA. Kardiak.
Kardiak adalah bagian teratas lambung yang berbatasan dengan kerongkongan. Jadi kardiak ini membantu mengontrol makanan agar tidak kembali ke kerongkongan.
Fundus.
Fundus adalah kantung bagian atas lambung yang berfungsi menampung makanan sebelum dicerna.
Okay, next. Pylorus.
Pylorus adalah pintu keluar lambung. Jadi pylorus ini bisa membuka dan menutup seperti keran air yang membantu mencerna makanan.
Villi.
Villi adalah tonjolan kecil di usus halus yang membantu menyerap mineral dan air dan vitamin.
Vitamin and mineral. Okay, now we move to science. We have platelets. Platelets, right?
Platelets is a tiny blood vessels that helps to. First, I need to think. Wait first. I repeat, yeah. Platelets is a tiny blood cells that helps to. Oh, it's so difficult this science. Wait first. Let me think.
Sure.
Wait first. Platelets is a tiny blood cells that helps to focus. Tiny blood vessels that helps to. Can you give me time moment?
Or maybe we can skip this one first.
Wait first. Platelets. I must know this.
Something that is called thrombosis.
Is wait first. Platelets is a tiny blood vessels that helps to. Wait first. That helps to. Wait. But the additional explanation I know. Wait first. This one. Tiny blood vessels that helps to stop bleeding when you are injured. So it works with proteins. It works with proteins to create blood cloth.
Yeah. Clothing.
Clothing is a process of blood turning from liquid to gel. So it is like a natural bandage to seal wounds.
Tobacco.
Tobacco is a plant that is used to make cigarettes. So it contains nicotine and tar that is not good for us.
Okay, so this is the last, wheezing.
Squeezing is a whistling sound when you breathe. So it often used to narrow airways. So it common happens in asthma or allergies.
Okay, Miss. Yeah, I think that is all for our evaluation today. Thank you, Miss.
Okay.